My insane Hydra clan boss key. Some really cool discoveries I made that's going to change things for so many people. Cannot stress that enough. Lots to show you, lots to talk about in this video. Let's get right into it. What up, team? It is your boy MurderInc here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video, talking about a recap. I used all 3 of my keys. I'm officially free to play. 418 gems. I don't know what the heck to do with myself. It's a problem. So let's go over the team I used, some really cool things I figured out after that are going to help so many people. As we can see here, I used 2 Mashald, Ray, Krisk, Inquisitor, Shamael, of course, and Battle Sage. So team, pretty free to play, by the way. I get it, I know, but thankfully I made this team because what I found from this, and I'll get into it a little bit later into the video, is it's going to change things for everyone using Inquisitor Shamael. Hopefully it's not too late. It's going to apply this rotation, the next rotation, any rotation with Torment first, but your damage is about to skyrocket. So let's get into that run here. We can kind of see, I'm not going to show you the whole thing, even though it wasn't too long here, but we're going to see the starting of the run, turn 0. Here we go. Got that attack up, killing it. We got that A1 here, no counter. Oh, no. Hold on. Retreat. Okay, this is the run that worked. Perfect. Okay, so now we're flying through things. We got 4.6 million damage. 2 minutes in, we're running full auto. Not a care in the world. So let's fast forward a little bit. What are we at? 33 million damage. We just downed the first torment head here. The rest of the heads are now respawning. We are so close to that 1 key with just the first cycle. Head of Suffering also is very low here. Then we did get the good RNG with another torment head here. So things just spiraled from there, moving on until finally, let's see that recap screen, and bam. Here we have 61.74 million damage on Nightmare. We have 12 million from Mashald, 9.7 from Ray, 25 million from the damage dealing Mashald, 6.6 from Krisk, a million from Inquisitor, and 6.8 from Battle Sage here. Now, one thing that I did here, and this isn't the crazy part of the team, but one thing I did is, why would I use 2 Mashalds here? I have Mashald that's a leader. What's the point in the second one? You can kind of tell with the damage difference. So let me go back just a little bit in the video so I can play it without this stupid pause sign in the middle of the screen here. Okay, so what I did is the first Mashald that's leader, full accuracy so I can put leech on. What does that mean? The second Mashald can build full damage, no accuracy, no speed, and he can just dominate all of the heads with counterattacks with that A1 ability, and he was hitting for insane damage. We're talking about on the decapitated heads, he was hitting up to 290,000 damage per hit. Nuts, absolutely nuts. So that was a really cool trick. I mean, most people aren't going to have 2 Mashalds. I do get that, but if you're lucky enough to not have empowered a champion, you can use this trick on your hardest difficulty, assuming you have Inquisitor Shamael, of course, and you're going to be amazed at the damage you can, in fact, do. Outside of that, decreased speed from Krisk, Battle Sage has that attack up, Ray, of course, the defense down, and 2 other AoE abilities that do hit hard. She has the panic button A3 that can remove buffs, and of course she has accuracy from her A1 already, so that's a viable option. Also, the relentless geared leader of Mashald has accuracy as well, so he can also steal buffs if he needed to. So that's going to be the run. Really not much to talk about as far as that regard. That's pretty self-explanatory. So at the moment, we are on pretty good pace to down Nightmare, and I'm excited for this for a few reasons. First reason is because I'm going to be opening all of the chests for a YouTube video to show you guys what I get. So far we have 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we've used 30 of our possible 90 keys, which means we have 60 keys left to do 82% or 502 million damage to Nightmare. So we're going to get Nightmare down. I'm going to be able to get a top chest from Hard, Brutal, and Nightmare make a video, open all of that on a video. I'm excited to see what I get. Hopefully you guys are as well. I'm really curious to know. I mean, of course, some people do already have the drop rates that were data mined, and we get to see how realistic all of this really is. So I'm excited to see what kind of gear we're getting from the double chest, from all three. Good, I guess, difficulties. Normal is not bad, but if you can do the top ones, of course, it's going to be optimal here. So I'm definitely excited for that. Now, in case you're curious, I was curious. I mean, I kind of knew, but if you want to use this for the normal Demon Lord, what happens? So, you can 2-key Nightmare, which is insane. You can 2-key Nightmare with the same Hydra team. Definitely not optimal, and I figured out incredibly you can 6-key Ultra Nightmare using 5 of the 6 champions that I had built for Ultra Nightmare. So my account's clearly in shambles. I have to build, like many of my clanmates have built, a Bat Eater team. I know I don't like the team, but I'm going to have to build it with the worst gear I have in my account. And I'm just going to see how much damage I can in fact do. So that's going to be a hump that I have to get over for sure. Alright, so outside of that, let me show you the gear sets that I use on all of the champions. If you are curious about this, this is simply for curiosity, because the big news I'm going to tell you is going to be game changing for a lot of people. So first, Mashal, this is the damage dealing Mashal here. He is going to be in a Savage as well as a Cruel set. Let's go ahead and take a look at his total stats here. We have 37,000 health, 6.8 thousand attack, 2.4 defense, 142 speed on Nightmare, 142 speed, hello, 100% crit rate of course, 279 crit damage, game, set, match. Health and defense matter a little bit, but not too much, because you're not going to be taking a lot of damage outside of the transition phase, which most people will never need, because you can 1-key without a second torment head. So that is that. As far as masteries go, the masteries for 5 of these 6 champions are going to be identical, like literally identical. I do show them in this video, so don't worry about that. Let's skip ahead a bit here. Okay, so the masteries are all going to look like this, unless it's a Giant Slayer champion, of course, then you're going to use Giant Slayer. But champions with Giant Slayer abilities on their A1 that's also AoE, I can't think of any offhand here, so that's just what we're going to go with. Next is going to be the Krisk, also in Savage gear. Accuracy requirement is a bit low for what I'm doing here. He's in Savage and Perception. Total stats, 5.3 thousand defense, 170 speed, also very low, 100% crit rate, 277 crit damage, 318 accuracy. You really want a 400 if you are tackling Nightmare, but I'm assuming that's going to be kind of a majority of players at this point overall. So once again, masteries are going to be identical to the first one. Now this is the leader Mashal here. This was, in my opinion, the hardest champion to gear of all of them, because he's in Relentless gear, he's in Cruel gear. We have 42,000 health, 4.4 thousand attack, 194 speed, 110 crit rate. I know I did waste stats there, but it's the best I could do. 261 crit damage, 400 accuracy. So I was able to hit that mark, thankfully, with the gear that I did in fact have here. Moving on to his masteries, once again the same as the other champions. Now we have Ray, the powerhouse. She worked out well for me because I have a +4 champion, which really helped me in the gearing process for sure. If you don't have this, it is going to be much harder, probably less damage. So 5.8 thousand attack, 210 speed, 101% crit rate, 294 crit damage, 393 accuracy. Accuracy is okay, it's not perfect. 400, like I said, is ideal, but it was still a high enough percentage to land based on her already RNG A1 ability for that defense down. So we do have that there. Once again, health and defense don't really matter for a team like this, and masteries are going to be the same as the other champions. Moving on now to Inquisitor Shamael, the exception of the pack. We have a toxic set here, we have a speed set here. Total stats, made him as tanky as possible. I was worried while testing that the damage was going to be crazy, so great failsafe to have because his stats don't matter at all. 63,000 health, 3,000 defense, 255 speed, important. Crit rate, literally base crit, as we can see, 15% here, and the rest of the stats do not matter at all. His masters are going to be different, so I tested a few things out here and I just left it after that. So you're going to see me click on Oppressor. I thought this was going to work. It does not work. To my surprise, I really thought it was going to. So you really don't need anything from the support tree. The only master you do need, you can actually run this guy with no masteries. Deterrence is going to help you. If you choose to take masteries on Inquisitor Shamael. Deterrence will help you because it can proc. Some of you might be saying it doesn't proc. It does in fact proc, because when this passive procs, he counterattacks twice, and then you will see sometimes he counterattacks once. That means it's deterrence, so that is the good news there. So if you want to take anything, if you really don't want to invest in this champion, you don't have to. If you want to do a minimal investment because you're really trying to push that next key threshold, only get enough scrolls to mastery up to deterrence, then you can in fact stop. Now for the last champion here, we do have Battle Sage, not this one, it's going to be the next one, with 4 pieces of Cruel and 2 pieces of Speed Gear. Moving on to her total stats, we do have just under 40,000 health, 4.1,000 attack, 2.4 defense, 256 speed, 100% crit rate, 218 crit damage. And once again, her masteries are going to be identical to the other 5 champions that aren't Inquisitor Shamael. So that's how I geared the champions. That's how I mastered the champions. Now it's time to talk to you guys about the crazy news that is going to come of this. Isn't just a showcase. I mean, technically it is just a showcase of what I did. I'm excited about it. I don't expect everyone to share the same excitement that I have for this, but this was a lot of fun for me. So, what did I figure out while I was doing this? I figured out there's a speed tune to Inquisitor Shamael. How does that make any sense, Murder? What do you mean there's a speed tune? Not the right question for you to be asking. The right question is, what does the speed tune offer to us as the players? That's the right question, and it offers more damage without fishing for more RNG, which is crazy. It's really crazy. So I'm going to do a separate video because there's so much information that I need to show you guys. I made a spreadsheet for every single difficulty, normal, hard, brutal, nightmare, giving you how to speed tune a team with Inquisitor Shamael to get maximum efficiency out of one torment head. The biggest problem I saw players had was there's so much RNG, I don't want to keep resetting for hours and hours to get the second torment head to appear so I can make up the damage. This is going to eliminate that for a lot of players. Not every player, it's really going to depend on your gear, but this is going to lower the gear requirements you need, give you more uptime on the torment head, and it's going to be, I don't know, I'm excited to show you guys. Hopefully you're excited too, because this is going to change a lot of things for players. Unfortunately, I figured it out probably yesterday, really fine-tuned it for today. So you do only have a day and 20 hours left. Of course, I'm recording now. It'll probably be out in 2 or 3 hours from now. But this is going to be huge for a lot of players here. Because, like I said, if I wanted to one key every single affinity here, a lot of people were saying, oh, the trees strat, it's so cheesy. You have to do 5 hours of RNG. So it has taken me, hard didn't take long at all because I messed the key up. Thankfully, it was still a 1 key. Brutal took me 5 hours of RNG to get. Nightmare, I got lucky and it took me 3 hours of RNG to get such a high key. But here's the kicker with the strategy and speed tune I'm going to show you guys. You can do a key in 30 minutes a day and be done. Now, some people were okay with the RNG. I personally was. Of course, this is what I do for a living. So being able to stream for an extended period of time, people watching, having fun in chat, that's all good for me. I don't mind doing that at all, but for most players, they don't want to spend so many hours of RNG to get this done. So like I said, 30 minutes tops and you're going to be done with what I'm proposing, because it's going to enable you to get 1 key with a single torment head on every single relative difficulty that you're on. So if you're on Nightmare, you could say, oh, the gear requirement's going to be insane. Of course it is. It's the hardest content currently in the game, so it should be. If you're on Normal, it's not going to be that crazy if you are built for Normal. So keep everything in mind as far as what you can do and what you should be doing as far as damage. Keep your expectations tempered. And like I said, this next video is going to be absolutely huge. So stay tuned for that. So that's going to conclude my video today. Hopefully you guys are hyped to see me opening all of the chests in a video. That's going to be fun, but mostly for that next video. So as always, if you guys enjoyed this content, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you all in my next upload.